Starting off, we have Barbarian, and at Baby, he summons 3 classic elite barbarians that charge at enemies. This ability is pretty good. The classic elite barbarians that he summons actually deal quite a bit of damage and are really fast, so they're definitely going to catch up with their target. At Classic, he becomes an elite barbarian after bashing baddies a lot. So basically, after I think 13 hits, he will deal extra damage and have a faster attack speed. Then at Super, Barbarian gets enraged after taking damage. So basically he gets, I'm not entirely sure what percent, but he gets an attack speed buff after taking damage. Then at Ultra, he summons an extra elite barbarian in his Barbarian charge. Then at Ultimate, busting a foe enrages the Barbarian as well. So basically, your Barbarian should be pretty much always enraged. It's pretty good, and he will deal a lot of damage. Next up, we have Greg, and at Baby, he chops trees for extra loot. At Classic, he topples enemies far away by rolling the log. So this is just the old log spell, nothing really special about it. It does have the nice knockback stun, and you can have it charged quite often, so it's pretty good. Then at Super, trees drop an additional heart, so now he will heal when he chops trees, which is pretty good. Then at Ultra, the log will recharge 30% faster, so you just get the log even more often. Then at Ultimate, trees will drop 50% more extra loot. So basically, you get even more loot when you chop trees, which makes him a pretty good supplier. Next up, we have Colt, who at Baby deals high damage with his dual pistols, and his damage is just really good, and I definitely recommend adding him to your lineup if you are using the Archer Queen, because his damage is just insane, especially with the buffs from the Archer Queen. At Classic, he fires a piercing barrage of long-range bullets. So basically, his old Bulletstorm ability is back in the form of, like, an ability, and it's pretty good because you can aim it and shoot it right where you want it. At Super, Colt gets 20% extra attack speed, and this is really good because he will deal that 400 damage even faster. This 400 damage might be DPS, so I have him at ultimate right now, so I think that's his ultimate damage, but it could also just be damage with his attack. At Ultra, the upgraded Bulletstorm bullets deal 20% extra damage. So basically, his classic ability gets 20% better. Then at Ultimate, Colt's attack fires 2 extra bullets. That's pretty good. That's even more damage. So Colt is just going to be a DPS machine. He, I think, had the highest DPS out of any non-hero character. Now we have El Primo, who at Baby heals self by 20% after using any power. So basically, when you use like your hero's ability or one of your other 2 abilities, El Primo will heal himself 20% of his max health. Then at Classic, summons El Primo to stun foes with a body slam. So basically you get his elbow drop ability, but it's as a spell that you can aim now, and it's pretty good. It'll deal a good area knockback stun, and it's not bad. Not one of the best, but not one of the worst. Then we have his super ability, which increases self-heal to 30%. So he heals himself even more when you use an ability. Then at Ultra, Elbow Drop stuns for 35% longer and deals 25% extra damage. So basically his spell just gets better in every area and becomes a much better spell. Next we have Shelly, who at Baby shoots a stunning super shell, which is an ability that is basically her old super shell, but you can aim it and decide exactly where it goes, and that's just about it. Then at Classic, uses a band-aid at low health to heal herself by 40%. So at about when she hits about 30% health, she'll heal back up 40% if her ability is charged, and that's just a time bar that just goes on. Then at Super, she basically doubles her damage by just shooting a second barrel with her shotgun. Then at Ultra, the super shell stuns enemies 35% longer with a wider blast. So basically just the ability becomes better. Then at Ultimate, Busting a foe instantly recharges Band-Aid, so she'll get a lot more healing faster. Next up is Chicken, who at baby gives 1 turbo after opening a chest. This is a pretty good ability, but turbo doesn't recharge anymore, otherwise it would be really overpowered, so this turbo will get used up, but he is a really good consistent source of turbo. At classic, he summons 7 chicken clones that give the squad a 35% speed boost. His ability is actually really good. The only problem is that the chickens lose health over time, so you don't get to keep this speed boost for very long. Then at super, he increases turbo boots given when opening a chest to 2, so his ability just doubles. Good, very good. Then at ultra, increases chicken clones to 9 and speed boost to 45%. So more chicken clones, faster speed boost, easy. Then at ultimate, he increases turbo boots given, again when opening a chest, to 3. So every time you open a chest, you'll get 3 turbo boots, which is really good. It provides you with about 6 seconds of extra turbo that will unfortunately not recharge. Next up, we have Trader, who at baby gives a mega potion after collecting 30 coins. Now this mega potion is really good. I'm not entirely sure what all it buffs, but it buffs pretty much everything. I believe you also get damage reduction from it and a very slight heal. It's really good. Then at classic, he throws a shrink potion that reduces enemy damage by 90%. So the old shrink spell becomes an item that you can use over and over again, and it's really good. It's one of the better abilities that we have here. Then at super, discounts mega potions to 25 coins. So basically you get the mega potions more often, which is even better. Then at ultra, the shrink potion lasts 50% longer. So basically, if it lasted 10 seconds before, it now lasts 15 seconds. I don't know how long it lasts. Hopefully it doesn't last that long, because that'd be really OP. But it just lasts even longer, making it an even better ability. Now we have Goblin, who at baby gives 5 coins, I assume, when you first get him from a chest. I haven't used him since the update, but I'm like 90% sure that's when you get those coins. Then at classic, he gives a secret stash of 5 coins that grows over time. So when this ability charges, it has 5 coins. Then as it charges longer, it'll have even more coins. So when you use it, you could get like 10 coins if you've let it charge for long enough. Then at super, he increases coins given to 8. So basically when you get him, you get more coins. Then at ultra, coin stash grows after opening a chest. So every time you open a chest, its coin stash ability will gain even more coins. Then finally at ultimate, increases coins given to 12. So he'll give, again, even more coins. He's basically just a unit that you want to get a bunch of coins. Next up we have Bo, who at baby deals twice as much damage to monsters. That's it. Then at classic, he deploys a stunning mine that deals 400% more damage to monsters. Again, this is a spell. All the circle ones are spells, all the square ones are the true ability. Then at super, the extra damage to monsters increases to 135%. So you basically just get even more monster damage. Then at ultra, the mine trap charges up to charges times. Okay, it's not supposed to say charges times. That could mean that it can charge infinitely, but I think it's just a glitch and it's supposed to say like 2 or 3 or something. I don't know. Then we have his ultimate ability, which Bo gets a 60% extra attack speed against monsters. Oh, that's actually cool. I didn't know he had that ability. It's still not a very good unit, but he does a lot more damage now, so he's definitely more viable. He's not the best, but he's more viable with a 200 damage and that crazy damage to monsters. So he might be usable now. Don't quote me on that though. Now we have Mavis, who at baby picks carrots for extra loot. So basically Greg's ability, but she picks carrots instead of chops trees. Then at classic, she sprays a stunning cloud of bug spray. So basically this ability will just sit on the ground for a while, and any enemy that touches it will get stunned temporarily. Then at super, gets bonus loot from a fully picked carrot patch. So basically if you pick the whole carrot patch, you'll get even more loot. Then at ultra, Bug Spray lasts 50% longer and travels further. So it basically just gets a bigger radius and sits there for longer. It makes it a better ability, but it's really just good if you put it on a bridge, and you don't want somebody chasing you there. So it's definitely hard to use properly. It's not that good even if you do use it properly though. Now we have Heavy, who actually got a completely different now. He might actually be good. So he now does 360 damage, which is crazy. He's got one of the highest DPS of any non-hero character. At Baby, he gives Hotshot Squaddies 300 extra health upon joining. So I think that each Heavy you get will give your Hotshot Squaddies an extra 300 health. I'm not sure if that increases their max health or just gives them like an overshield. I don't know. I'll have to see. Then at Classic, he sprays bullets in a direction that slow enemy movement speed by 50%, which is pretty good. So basically what it does is it deploys like a Heavy who sits there kind of like a turret and just sprays bullets that if you walk into them, an enemy walks into them, will slow down their movement speed by 50%. Then at Super, increases extra health given to 600. So like he might actually be good. This is kind of crazy. And then at Ultra, sprays 35% more bullets during suppressing fire, which is his classic ability. So basically he'll just shoot more bullets, which will probably slow enemies more or just have a higher chance of hitting the enemies. So this ability is pretty good if you want to close off an area to somebody, but there's definitely better abilities to use. Mainly his Baby and Super abilities that are good. Next up we have Poco, who at Baby, busting a foe heals the squad by 7%. Then at Classic, stuns enemies with a wide-reaching musical blast. This is just a stun. Unfortunately, it's not a knockback stun, so it doesn't do that much. Then at Super, increases heal when busting foes to 10%. So every time you bust an enemy, each of your units will heal 10% of their max health. Then at Ultra, Power Core deals 35% extra damage and travels further, allowing the stun to deal even more damage and stun more units. Now we have Archer, who at Baby, increases squad attack range by 10%. This is a completely new ability that we never even imagined. So basically it makes the range at which your units will attack, like that red circle, or blue circle now, around your squad, it makes it 10% bigger, which is a really cool ability, but I don't know how good it is really. It could be good, it could not be good, I'm not sure. Then at Classic, shoots a precision rain of arrows. So basically you aim this arrow rain and it rains a bunch of arrows, which deals good area damage on the squad. Then at Super, Archer gets 20% extra attack speed. So basically she attacks faster. That's it. Then at Ultra, increases damage 50% by shooting more volleys over a bigger area. So her ability just gets way bigger area and deals way more damage. It gets much better there. Now we have Nita, who at Baby summons Bruce the Bear into the squad, who can basically just tank some hits and deal some extra damage for you. Then at Classic, summons Super Bruce to arrive with a stunning roar. So basically, you get a bigger Bruce who arrives and stuns nearby enemies, possibly knocking them back as well. He has more health and does more damage, but I think also has a timer that you will time out after. Then at Super, Bruce gets 40% extra health, so he becomes much tankier, which makes him a lot better. Then at Ultra, Super Bruce gets enraged upon joining. So I'm not sure if he has a timer, he might not, but he also might, I honestly don't know. Now we have Medic, who had a big comeback. He's a lot better now. At Baby, he heals the squad slowly over time. Then at Classic, throws up to 5 potent heal packs to the squad. So these heal packs actually do a lot of healing, and you can activate it whenever you want, and it's a pretty good ability, especially if you're using the Barbarian King. I found it really useful to come back from almost getting killed to pretty much full health on your Barbarian King. It's really, really useful. Then at Super, heal gets 10% stronger and 20% more frequent. So he heals more faster. Then at Ultra, heal packs recharge 30% faster. So his heal packs ability will get, you'll be able to use it way more often. It's much better. Then at Ultimate, heal gets an additional 10% stronger and 20% even more frequent. So basically he'll start healing you a lot at Ultimate. And this heal is actually surprisingly good. You will get a lot of healing from Medic. It's really good to keeping your health up, especially since Poco isn't nearly as good anymore. Now we have Bandit, who at Baby earns 2 extra coins from busting big monsters. So basically you get more coins. This used to be her ability but for gems, now it's coins. It's actually much better now. Then at Super, Classic, she performs a stunning dash that steals 2 extra coins from up to 3 targets. So I think this is a chain ability, so you shoot it out to a target and it'll chain onto 2 more targets. Each one will drop 2 coins. So basically just get a couple of coins and some damage onto some targets. It's not that good, but oh well. Then at Super, she increases extra coins earned to 3. So busting a big monster will drop 3 extra coins. It's pretty good, but she doesn't really deal enough damage or have enough health to really stick around, I don't think. I haven't used her yet because I prefer a lot more damage than these farmers, but she is classified as a fighter, so I don't know. Then at Ultra, she increases extra coins stolen to 3 with her ability. So basically you get even more coins from the dash ability. It gets better, but again, there's better abilities if you're not farming. Next up is Dynamike, who isn't unfortunately as good as he was even yesterday. It's really sad. At Baby, he deals area damage with powerful dynamite. So basically his old ability just deals damage with his dynamite. It's pretty good. Then at Classic, he throws a huge barrel bomb with a devastating blast. So it's his ultimate barrel bomb spell, which sits on the ground for about 1.5 seconds before exploding, dealing a massive amount of damage. You do not want to get hit by this. So it's really good for area control, but that's about it, because it's really easy to dodge. Then at Super, Dynamite gets a larger blast radius, so bigger area of effect from his basic attack. Then at Ultra, Barrel Bomb recharges 20% faster, so you're able to use his ability more often. Then at Ultimate, upgraded Dynamite deals 30% extra damage. So he gets a lot of damage from this, but it's area damage, and now the game's kind of shifted back over to single target damage because you're trying to kill the hero. But so I don't really know how to feel about Dynamite. I actually don't have him in my Squad League lineup anymore because he doesn't seem quite as good anymore. But I could be proven wrong. Tank has made a huge comeback though. I'll get to her later. Now we have Hog Rider, who makes the squad gain a 55% speed boost when the hero moves through grass. So this is not turbo, it's a completely separate thing similar to Max's speed boost, but he did have quite a fall off now because turbo is really hard to get and he no longer supplies that. So it's really sad because you go through the grass to get that turbo boost, and it's just there's no turbo boost. Then at Classic, he summons 4 trampling hogs that knock around enemies. This ability is super annoying to play against, and it's really, really good. So I would definitely recommend using this one if you're using like a Royale King or something, like a supplier comp, because it's really useful to knock enemies away because they're not chasing you after they get hit by this. It doesn't do much damage, but it's really annoying to fight. At Super, the speed boost lasts 40% longer after leaving grass, so you just get longer speed boost. At Ultra, the Hog Stampede summons 2 more hogs. Then finally at Ultimate, increases speed boost in grass to 70%. So he does give you a good speed boost, but it's not very long, so you kind of have to be in grass to get it. And there's no more attack speed boost, so I don't know. Next is Penny, who finds a treasure map upon joining at Baby. Then at Classic, she shoots a heavy coin pouch that drops 6 coins. It also does a good deal of damage. Then at Super, treasure contains additional hearts, and at Ultra, shoots a heavier pouch that drops 8 coins and deals 25% more damage. very basic. The ability isn't too good. It does drop a few coins though, so that's okay. Next up we have Frank, who at baby speeds up squad stun recovery by 35%. This ability is really cool, a very creative ability, and I really like this. It's also a super useful ability. I actually have him in my squad league lineup because of this. Then at classic, he smashes enemies with a powered up hammer slam. So I guess, I'm not sure if it stuns or not, I haven't used it, but it's an area, I think, knockback stun. It's not too good compared to some of the other ones, but it's still decent. At super, he increases squad stun recovery to 50%, so you recover from stuns twice as fast. It's really good. Then at ultra, the super shockwaves deals 20% extra damage and travels further. Now we have Wizard, who actually seems to have some sort of bug or maybe Easter egg with him where you can actually evolve him to the ultimate form. I actually have him at ultimate right now, it just doesn't do anything. It could be some sort of bug, but it's interesting to see. At baby, he powers from the hero recharge 15% faster, which is really good. It makes you be able to use your hero abilities much quicker, and it's quite useful. At classic, he lobs a massive mega fireball with his spell ability, and it's basically just a big damage in a smallish area. It's pretty good. It's really fun to use because it does a knockback stun effect and some damage, and it's quite quick too, so you're usually going to hit. At super, powers from squaddies recharge 15% faster, so basically all your abilities will recharge 15% faster if you've got a wizard in your squad. Then at ultra, mega fireball sets targets on fire for 50% additional damage, so you'll do 50% more damage just over time instead of right away. Tank has made a comeback. Now, since we're focusing on taking out the hero of the squad, your now single target DPS is now really good again, so Tank has gotten a lot better. At baby, she summons and drives a powerful tank. So when you get her from a squad, after about 2 to 3 seconds, she'll hop into her tank and deal a ton of damage and have a bunch more health. These stats up here are not accurate to the tank stats, that's her without the tank. Then at classic, deploys a power tank with boosted range and attack speed. So this tank will has a timer and will die over time, but it does quite a bit of damage and has a much longer range, and I think it follows your squad around. I don't quite remember though. Then at super, tanks get 40% extra health, so the tanks get tankier. Gets much better. Then at ultra, the power tank gets 15% extra attack speed and a 20% speed boost. So I don't think it follows you around. I think it just kind of does what Dr. T's Mega Crab used to, or Royal King's Royal Recruits, and just go around and kill stuff. But if you summon it while fighting another player, it can be really useful. Now we have Ice Wizard, who at baby throws a Shattering Ice Fan after 6 attacks. This is his old ability, his Ice Fan ability that was able to one-shot squads, and it's still pretty good. The only problem is that, again, we're focused on single target damage because we're going after the hero, which will kill the whole squad. So it's still good, but it's not nearly as good. Then at classic, blankets an area with a blankets an area with a bone-chilling blizzard. So basically, it's a free spell. That's about it. Then at super, Ice Fans require only 4 attacks, so you get your Ice Fan even faster. Then at ultra, free spell lasts 40% longer and covers a bigger area. So basically, it becomes a super free spell. Miner at baby finds coins while burrowing with turbo. Now this would have been really good yesterday, before the update, but turbo is really hard to come by now, so it's not very good. At classic, he scatters and stuns enemies by bursting from the ground with his spell ability, so you aim where the miner goes, and he does that. It's pretty good, but not nearly as good as it used to be. Then at super, heals steadily while burrowing. Again, it was really good when you had a lot of turbo, but now you don't really. At ultra, eruption deals 20% extra damage over a bigger area. That's his spell ability that you can aim and stun enemies with. It's surprisingly not as useful as you'd expect, because it doesn't recharge as fast as Miner used to do when he was like before the update, because you could just constantly stun them and they wouldn't be able to do anything. But now you have to wait for that whole recharge, which might actually be good now. At Baby, she continuously summons skeletons into the squad, capping out at like 6 or so skeletons. I'm honest, I don't know how many skeletons it is. I haven't used her yet, but it does have a cap. At Classic, she throws a heavy barrel filled with 6 elite skeletons. It's just her skeleton barrel spell. It's not that good. Then at Super, she summons elite skeletons with 50% extra health and 35% extra damage. So her skeletons get much better, and she can just keep summoning them. So she's probably one of the best summoners. I haven't gotten Mortis yet, so I don't really know how good they're going to be together, but they look like they're going to be pretty good. Then at Ultra, she increases elite skeletons and skeleton barrel to 9. So basically you just get more skeletons from the skeleton barrel. Finally, at Ultimate, nearby elite skeletons get a 35% attack speed boost. So basically they're going to deal 35% more damage. Essentially, that's basically what it does. It also includes the skeletons in the skeleton barrel as well. Max is one of the best units right now because of her speed boost. At Baby, she gives a squad a 35% speed boost while charged. So basically, you're going to just she starts out with the speed boost, and she will just boost your speed. That's it, which sounds kind of lame, except 35% is quite a bit, and since turbo is really hard to come by, it's a really, really nice speed boost. At Classic, she shoots a fast reloading burst of laser blasts. So it's a very fast reloading spell that will just shoot some lasers straight onto a target. It's not that good, but it does reload really fast if you like spamming them out. Then at Super, busting foes extends the speed boost. So you're going to be able to get the speed boost, like you're going to be able to keep it longer at Super, because every time you bust a foe, it'll get longer again. Then at Ultra, burst shot recharges 40% faster while moving. So her laser blasts, you'll use them even more often if you're moving. Then finally at Ultimate, speed boost lasts 40% longer and recharges even faster. So every time you bust a foe, you get even more, and it lasts even longer. It gets so much better. You still lose it a surprising amount though, because there's not as many monsters anymore. I haven't used Dr. T yet, but he might actually be good, because his Mega Crab that he summons at Baby after opening a chest actually follows your squad now. It's kind of weird, but yeah, the Mega Crab will stay in your squad now. It's pretty cool. At Classic, he summons an enraged Sentry Crab that defends a location. So basically you throw this flare and this Sentry Crab spawns and will protect where that flare is, and it will deal extra damage, has extra attack speed, and is faster than your regular crab. At Super, Mega Crab gets 20% extra health and deals 20% more damage. This is the Mega Crab that spawns in your squad when you open a chest. I think you, as far as I know, you have one Mega Crab in your squad and that's it. But it might actually be useful. The one thing I really wanted them to add was Dr. T riding the crab, but I don't think that's going to happen. At Ultra, Dr. T's Sentry Crab gets 30% extra health and 20% more damage. So it just gets even better. His ultimate ability will probably buff his Mega Crab in your squad again, so he might be really good, especially with Mortis, because Mortis is a summoner hero, and he will buff all of your summoner units. Next we have Jessie, who at Baby deploys a turret after opening a chest, the exact same ability she had before, just a turret that shoots at nearby enemies. Then at Classic, she deploys a powered up giant turret with her spell ability. This spell ability will, of course, deploy the turret, and it deals more damage and has more health, and is bigger. At Super, Jessie's shots bounce to a nearby target, so she'll deal twice as much damage because her shots will hit 2 targets instead of 1. And then finally, at Ultra, the giant turret lasts 30% longer and has 30% extra health. So the giant turret just simply gets better. Now we have Battle Healer, who at Baby gives squaddies 1,250 extra health upon joining, which is a really significant boost. So I'm not sure if they can actually heal up to this cap, but they might be able to. Then at Classic, she gets a spell that instantly damages nearby targets and heals the entire squad by 20%. Very useful, I really like it. Then at Super, she increases extra health given to 1500, and this will actually double the health of many different squaddies. At Ultra, the Blazing Light, which is her spell ability, recharges 25% faster, allowing you to use it way more often. It's extremely useful. Now we have Optimus Prime, who at Baby starts out as a fusion. Then at Classic, he attacks with his Energon Axe after taking damage, and at Super, he heals the squad when taking damage. This is exactly the same as he used to be, so there really isn't much change. For Alita 1, she also starts out as a fusion, but at Classic, turbocharges time-bending burst fire attacks, meaning she'll deal a lot more damage if you turbo. Then at Super, the burst fire attack fires 2 more shots, dealing even more damage. Now we have Pam, who at Baby deploys a heal station after opening a chest, which isn't very useful because you don't get to decide where it goes or anything. Then at Classic, she deploys a powered up giant heal station, which is quite useful because you can decide where it goes and it's got a big area with a lot of healing. Then at Super, heal station emits a heal surge when destroyed, which is a lot of healing and will usually heal up your entire squad to pretty much full health. Then at Ultra, her giant heal station gets a 35% range boost. Now we have Leon, who at Baby speed boosts the squad 30% after using any power. So like your hero's ability or any squaddy ability will boost the squad speed by 30%. Then at Classic, the squad stops attacking and becomes invisible to enemies briefly. So you can't attack and they can't attack you. Simple as that. Then at Super, damage boosts the squad 20% after using any power, so similar to a speed boost, except it's a damage boost. And now at Ultra, his invisibility recharges 20% faster, allowing you to become invisible even more often. Last but most certainly not least is Colonel Ruffs, who at Baby instantly upgrades a squaddy when joining. So when he joins the squad, he will upgrade a regular to a fusion and a fusion to a mega. And then at Classic, fires laser bolts that bounce through targets, which deal a considerable amount of damage, but not too much. Then at Super, instant upgrade gets an additional level, so a regular unit will now become a mega. A fusion unit will also become a mega, so it's not that good for fusion units, but it's really good for the regular ones. Then at Ultra, he fires 2 additional scattershot laser bolts, dealing even more damage with his ability. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. This was a very long video and it was a lot of work. Also, give me your ideas on what I should replace the Barbarian King with down in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye.